Hi, my name is Kenna Volkman, and today I'd like to dedicate this speech to my grandmother, Mary Volkman, who just recently passed away. My grandmother lived a very long, hard life. She overcame a lot of obstacles in her life. She overcame the depression to which she was born into. She also lost her husband at a very young age, and on top of that, she lost a daughter at a young age. And also, she spent most of her life as the primary caregiver for many children. In giving this speech, I just want everyone to realize how strong she must have been to overcome all of these struggles. For one, she was born into the Great Depression, which, as many of you know, was when the economy was at rock bottom. And how she survived the Great Depression amazes me to this day. Moving on, shortly after my grandpa returned home from the Vietnam War, he had a heart attack, and shortly after he then passed away. And so right after she got my grandpa back home, she then lost him again, and she never loved another man after he passed away. So she lost her soulmate, and she never remarried or anything. So how she lost her soulmate and overcame that amazes me as well, because I can never imagine losing the one that I love. And as if losing her husband and surviving the Great Depression weren't enough, she also lost one of her daughters at a very young age. Her daughter Linda was walking across the street one day at age 5 and was hit by a car, and she died then. And I could never imagine losing one of my own children. But she overcame that as well. And one last thing that just proves to me how strong she really was she spent her whole life being the caregiver for many children. Her daughter, one of her daughter, she basically raised all of their children their whole life, and looked after me and my siblings as well as many others. And so she was a mom-like figure to many children, not just within the family, but many children outside the family. Now, before I conclude, let me just remind you how strong she was, and I hope that you realize that. And I just want to say that while my grandma survived a lot of tough times, there were happy times as well. And my grandmother will be greatly missed. I will miss her famous cookies, her famous chocolate chip cookies, and her witty attitude, but most of all, I will forever admire her strong work ethic and her desire to do anything that she wants to. Thank you.